Honestly, seeing that little cute android in tears, which by the way, people are gonna ask, how can an android have tears? That just makes this even more emotional. It's very adorable, and yet it's a victim of a cruel man who is the real reason why the past can change. So Shiki and gang are gonna stop him, and I'm looking forward to seeing that scum bleed. Hi, for those who are watching, it's the Angry Anime Fan here to bring you Eden no Zero, Chapter 7. First of all, they are all still surprised of the fact of that young android girl awakening, and she reveals herself to be an anti-machine android, her name being Pino, but people can call her Pino. It's during this time though that power outage happens in the bar, which is an effect of her EMP. So yeah, it was actually her that shut down Shiki's ether gear, since apparently ether gear works very similar to a machine power, even though it's very similar to magic. Uh, Pino can create electromagnetic pulses, which will temporarily shut down all electronic equipment, and that also included Happy. Luckily, though, as soon as the power outage is back, so is Happy, even though he was worried about all that. Shiki being amazed with Pino asks, of course, her to be his friend. It's his gag of it all. However, she allows it because, well, she doesn't really have circumstances of this. But when it comes to Wise, though, Shiki puts him on hold. And it's revealed that, yeah, Wise really did wanted to steal money from Gabir. And it's actually, and he's thinking that maybe he could use, but then now when he sees Pino, he wonders what he can do with her instead. And then it's revealed that somehow that Pino wanted to go back to her master, but for some reason Siberia is not her original master, it was someone else. As she begins to have a breakdown, she actually runs away, thinking that she needs to return to Sibir. It's not exactly known what Sibir will use Pino for, although Rebecca wonders if it's like hacking electronic money. It's pretty funny to see Wise actually saying, I should take this chance. Effectively making Wise a broken pedestal for Rebecca, especially since the older Wise was the one who says, you shouldn't steal no matter how poor you are, God is always watching. Seeing how the young Wise is, well, one wonder what actually made him change his ways, but again, I actually think it is Rebecca and Shiki that made Wise change his ways. Because, well, all that past changed the future kind of way. It's during this time that the rabbit lady actually begins to talk to Shiki and Rebecca and mentions that if Gibber knows about you, no, Sibir knows about you, then you're not leaving this town alive. Of course they're leaving this alive. Unless this manga is gonna end, they are the main characters, and Scum cannot be allowed to win. So, I think they will escape. And apparently, she knew Wise, although always calling him a piece of shit, saying that they used to be comrades, but they have a fallen out. It's not exactly known what happened. As they all begin to walk away, Rebecca wonders what they should do now, especially since they still need to return to their time. Uh, and she even wonders if the ship is some kind of time machine. I mean, I know that Xiao Mei said that time doesn't mean much in this manga, but still. Then we get to the real emotional part as uh, Shiki had stolen Pino's B-cube, and we see a glimpse of her memories. Turn out Sibir is quite a sadistic master, as he somehow found her and told her to dance for her, but she was a machine who wasn't programmed for that. So he destroyed one of her legs, which is also very sad, as the other people laughed at her misery. Uh, she broke down even further when Sibir told her to erase memories of her previous master. She didn't want to, but a gang member forced to do that on her. So, so as they all laughed at her misery, Shiki couldn't bear, especially even more when, although Pino may have had her memories of her master erased from her, uh, she she wished to go back home to her master. And seeing a cute android crying like that, I mean, that is actually, this affected me more than the first chapter actually. The first chapter was supposed to have some emotional moments, but even though it was emotional, it didn't affect me on that big level. But seeing a cute little android girl like her break down here, yeah, that was actually very sad. And Rebecca agrees that even if they are in the past, she has no intention of stopping Shiki either. Then they check the maintenance date of the recorded of the case, and it turns out it's from the X492 year. It's apparently the year they arrived. But Pino is somehow an android from this time's future and came to this era just like them, meaning that Pino belongs to, if I understood what they meant correctly, it means that Pino is also from the future, not from the past. Meaning that if Sibir is using her for evil, then that means that the past is already being ruined by Sibir. Meaning that if they stop Sibir and rescue Pino, they can correct the past that they are already in, effectively bringing the entire circle to it, so to speak. Finally, we get back to Sibir, as Sibir intends to initiate his plans, which is to take over this town using Pino. And mm, as Wise has gotten close again, he sees the foot soldiers, that is, the destroyers of the South, the Foot Brothers. So, well, whatever Sibir's plan is, it's certainly something unforgivable. And I and I hope they stop her quickly, because someone unforgivable as him cannot be allowed to do any other plans like before. So well, it's well, it was certainly a bit of a more emotional chapter. Mostly, mm, it's also although Sibir, no, Pino pretty much looks like a girl. At least I hope it is. A lot of people are actually calling her an it, though. I mean, it makes sense though, since Pino is a android. But if she came from the future, then I wonder exactly what Sibir is gonna use her for. But if she has an EMP that can temporarily shut down all electronics, it made sense that he would probably use that to take over something else. So well, yeah, it's really bringing the full circle of it all. But if Shiki and Rebecca can save Pino, and if Pino is from the future as them, then they can take her on the journey to her master, even if she no longer has any memories of that master. So I like this one. It hit the heart here. I just hope they can defeat Sibir easily. But if the Foot Brothers are there, who are Wise gonna fight alongside them? I mean, it's not like he can go to the future with them. But give me your thoughts if you have any.